Julian writes, my son is about to start studying songwriting at BIM, which is a college that I know that you worked at. Is there something about the music industry that nobody will ever tell a student? Okay, that's a fantastic question, actually. And I no longer work at BIM, by the way. So I suppose I can speak freely here. In fact, I'm not actually going to mention what's going on at BIM right here. I don't think that's fair. But I will mention something that I I feel like I personally learned the hard way about the music industry in the 1990s. Um, I suppose um, when it came to doing the third Dubstar album, which was Make It Better, I was really concerned about the band being dropped. It wasn't dropped, but I thought that that one of the ways to stop the band from being dropped was for us to make amazing music, but do it cheaply. I kind of assumed that the more money that was being spent on an act, the more likely they were to be dropped. And I suppose that was very naive of me, but I just assumed that if you could do something well cheaply, then that would be better than doing it by spending loads and loads of money. So you can see that through that kind of attitude, you can see how the Make It Better album kind of evolved over time. I did all the prep in my and the writing in my flat in Hove, and then we made a studio back up in the Newcastle Arts Centre rather than going to a commercial studio. We saved thousands of pounds there. I mean, I got a feeling it only cost us about 400 quid to make a studio in the Arts Centre for a month. I mean, it was crazy. And thank you, Mike Tilley, for that. What I didn't realise, and it seems so obvious now, is that actually the more money that you spend on a project, the more likely you are to get attention within a corporate structure. It makes complete sense. If no one has had to put their neck on the line to sign off for a large budget for an act, if no one's done that, then it's no one's responsibility for the act to do well, right? Whereas if the act has commanded like a £200,000 bill for recording an album, which seems mad now, but that actually goodbye cost more than that. Whoever signed off on that is going to have to make absolutely sure that this record does well, or alternatively, leave before it does badly. But whatever. You don't win any favour, or you didn't in the 90s, you didn't win any favours by saving money. And I wish I'd realised that at the time. It would have made things so much easier. For example, when we were recording Make It Better, for some reason I got it into my head that the best way I could save money was to go and stay in what essentially was a bedsit on Osborne Road in Jesmond, where Sarah instead, I think, stayed at the Malmaison, which is still there on the quayside, down by the quayside on the side of the River Tyne. Anyway, Sarah had the right idea. She had a perfectly comfortable time, whereas I was sort of turning up and living, I'm not going to call it squalor, but I think if you were to compare how I live today and where I was staying at the time, maybe it was squalor. I don't know. So that's something that people didn't talk about in the 90s. There was so much money around, especially compared to today. Why not spend it? Well, if I could go back and speak to myself in, I don't know, the middle of 1998, I think I'd be shaking myself and say, no, take off that hair shirt and spend somebody else's money.